Welcome back to this podcast where we focus on the wisdom of generosity from ancient to modern. If you find these 5-minute reflections on being a person in the beautiful space where generosity occurs, please share this podcast in your fundraising networks. And if this is the first time joining us, don't forget to go back to previous episodes for rich insights. And be sure to subscribe to this weekly podcast in your favorite podcast app. When I give trainings to board members about generosity, fundraising, and asking, I hear a mix of fears. Honestly, common fears that I hear all the time. One of those fears is rooted in the worry of offending someone. This week, I am reading a story from Aesop's Fables titled The Miser. The fable begins. A miser had buried his gold in a secret place in his garden. Every day, he went to the spot, dug up the treasure, and counted it piece by piece to make sure that it was all still there. He made so many trips that a thief, who had been observing him, guessed what the miser had hidden, and one night quietly dug up the treasure and made off with it. When the miser discovered his loss, he was overcome with grief and despair. He groaned and cried and tore his hair. A passerby heard his cries and asked what happened. "My gold! Oh, my gold!" cried the miser wildly. "Someone has robbed me." "Your gold? There? In that hole? Why did you put it there? Why did you not keep it in the house where you could easily get it when you had to buy things?" "Buy?" screamed the miser angrily. "Why, I never touched the gold. I could never think of spending any of it." The stranger picked up a large stone and threw it in the hole. "If that's the case," he said, "cover up that stone. It's worth just as much to you as the treasure you lost." The moral of the fable? A possession is worth no more than the use we make of it. End quote. Generosity is well documented as bringing more happiness, well-being, and connection into donors' lives. Yet, we can be afraid of offending someone, even though we are offering these benefits of generosity to the donor. When we don't give the opportunity, especially to somebody who is new or just getting started out on the journey of generosity, we are encouraging the donor to throw a stone in the hole and cover it up. Whereas, instead, we could let the donor make use of the treasure for good in our communities. So let's reflect on one question this week. Do you struggle with the fear of offending someone as it relates to fundraising? What would it take to shift to a mindset of letting the donor give their treasure for good? To explore fundraising coaching, visit servingnonprofits.com. I will see you next week.